Over here on JoeBlowHorror.com, welcome back. It's been a while since I've done a video. I finally had some time today and was like, hey, I've had this article for a few days and I finally have a chance to sit down, record a video, and talk about Crystal Lake and the 3 more casting choices that have been announced. And we're going to go over here to the new showrunner, Brad Caleb Kane, who's also in charge and spearheading Welcome to Derry, the It series. And here we go. We've got Devin Kessler on the left, Cameron Scroggins in the middle, and Gwendolyn Sundstrom on the right. The middle gentleman, Cameron Scroggins, will be portraying legacy character Officer Dorff, who is the motorcycle police officer from the first movie. He pulled up on the scene and, was a very dry character, and Ron Milkey, the actor portraying him, famously could not ride a motorcycle. So, yeah, Cameron Scroggins is playing that character, and William Catlett has been cast for the show as well. I am not familiar with any of these actors. Cameron Scroggins in Shades of Blue, Devin Kessler, Godfather of Harlem, and I have no idea what Gwendolyn Sundstrom was in. She's a child actor, so we know where they're going with the series. They'll have campers there because it's focusing on Linda Cardellini's Pamela Voorhees character. So we're going to get some of that. And there's just a few little highlights in the article I wanted to point out here. Right here, one of the points in the article that it brings up, they say a while back, an article published by The Wrap sought out to figure why Crystal Lake fell apart a few months before filming was scheduled to begin the last time around, and sources gave a lot of conflicting information, but it seemed to boil down to concerns about Fuller's vision, late scripts, a ballooning budget. It was surpassing the $85 million being provided for the first season, unpaid writers, possibly A24 executives' lack of TV experience. And before we move on, I want to speak to that point, and I don't know why they're not saying what it really was, which was Brian Fuller's. There was a lawsuit against him for sexual misconduct allegations stemming from, and again, this is a point I brought up in multiple videos regarding this show and the live streams as well, where we discuss horror and this show has come up, is Sam Weinman's lawsuit against him. Now, I don't know if that's still ongoing at this point. But at that point, it was announced when Fuller left, and then shortly thereafter. And when Fuller left, I said there has to be something wrong because he was so all in on this series. He was so all in on this show. He wanted to do, they have 2 seasons guaranteed with an option for another 2. And he was talking, if we go 10 seasons, yeah, we'll go to space. He goes, we can use anything. He was excited. And then all of a sudden he was gone, and it was, creative reasons. And it's like, no, there's a lawsuit against him, but they're running cover for him. Although I will say this, he did do an excellent job on the Hannibal show. And I'm not saying he's guilty or anything because I don't know. I don't know the facts of the case. I don't know what developments have been made with it, if it's still ongoing or not. All I know is at the time when he left, that was the deciding factor in him bowing out or being relieved of his position by those in charge because they didn't want that heat on their show, which at that point you thought the show was dead in the water. But along comes Brad Caleb Kane. They started shooting yesterday in Milford, New Jersey. So yeah, this is a go. We are going to get this series, and I am cautiously optimistic about it. I'm not going to just go all in and be like, I'm so excited, it's going to be awesome. I know better than to do that. I've tempered my expectations for things of the like when they're handled by modern writers. Now, I saw the writer's room under Fuller, and I immediately thought, it looked like the Batwoman writer's room. I'm just like, oh my God, like, please don't do this. Please don't make this series for the modern audience. Make this for fans of the franchise, because this franchise, the Friday the 13th franchise, we are starved for more official content. Now, that being said, Womp Stomp Productions has done just as good as anyone at providing some quality Friday the 13th inspired horror entertainment with Never Hike Alone, Never Hike in the Snow, Never Hike Alone 2. Yeah, these are fantastic. These are fantastic fan films. And I would put it out there to say that those three are better than, or anything Womp Stomp has done as far as Jason Voorhees is concerned, is better than anything that New Line did. It's better than Jason Goes to Hell, Jason X. I mean, I'll even throw Freddy vs. Jason in, and I know that's a hot take in horror because everybody loves Freddy vs. Jason.
He's a monster.
We'll move back to the Brian Fuller type discussion here. And at that point, Charlize Theron was being eyed for the role of Pamela Voorhees. That's a point I've brought up multiple times. Again, talked about her. I think she would have been excellent. Very versatile actress. From her role as Eileen Wuornos in Monster, which netted her a Best Actress award, I believe. Best Lead Actress. I'm pretty sure that won her. Don't quote me, but I think at least got her a nomination, if not a win. And then as this gorgeous, badass female assassin spy in Atomic Blonde. I mean, the versatility of her acting is fantastic. So she would have been great. Claire Danes was offered to play Pamela. She passed. I would rather see, if it came down to Charlize Theron or Claire Danes, Charlize Theron any day. But we have Linda Cardellini, and she signed on for a 1-season deal. So, okay, we're going to do the whole Pamela story in 1 season, probably 8 episodes. I hope 8 episodes. I'm fine with that. I don't need any more than that, because after that first season, I'll be like, okay, this was fine, but can we get to the because I want to see Jason on screen. That's what I want. What do you guys think of Linda Cardellini? I think we may have discussed this. We did discuss this in a video I did before, but I'm still in support of this. I like it. In addition to being the showrunner, Kane will be credited as creator, writer, and executive producer of Crystal Lake. And it remains to be seen if he's using anything from the original Fuller scripts and outlines, or if he scrapped those and started over completely. When he was hired, he provided the following statement. From the moment I watched Jason Voorhees squeeze a guy's eyeball out of its socket in glorious 3D at the tender age of 8 years old, I knew my creative path was someday destined to converge with the man behind the mask. Nothing defined my childhood more than growing up in the golden age of the slasher flick, and nothing's defined that genre more than Friday the 13th. I couldn't be more excited for the opportunity to contribute a chapter to this iconic franchise. And the next line is such fucking fluff pandering. Particularly with such fearless partners as Peacock and A24. Liar! I love that. It's so adorable, the pandering, but you gotta give them their flowers. It's Hollywood.
Weird. It's Hollywood, baby.
And this is another thing I want to talk about before we go. The Jason universe. This is their Instagram right here. They only have 17 posts, just under 8,000 followers, and they're following 18. They showed the casting news. It'd be cool, but this is their big Jason redesign, which I'm just like, okay. I don't think the mask looks good. I mean, the outfit it's fine. I don't know. I'm not particularly a fan of this design. I mean, someone says, oh, it looks like Friday the 13th part 4. No, it doesn't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like it. Maybe it's just me, but the whole Jason universe thing is like, who is running this? Who is running this? Like, do they know anything about Friday the 13th, or are they just making this shit up as they go along? I don't really know. Bottom line is, I am just, like I said, waiting Cautious optimism for the Crystal Lake series from Brad, Caleb, Kane, Peacock, A24. Their fearless partners at Peacock and A24. Just give me a fucking good series. That's all I'm asking for. Give me something that's faithful to the original, doesn't veer too far off. The thing with Pamela abandoning a singing career to take care of her mentally disabled child and then going full on, serial killer. I'm all right with it. I'm fine with it. One thing I didn't mention that I don't want to see, and I know he's been in the comics, is Elias Voorhees. With Pamela's backstory, I imagine they're probably, I'm not going to say probably, but they may delve into that a little bit, which I just prefer to have him as a character that's not even mentioned on screen in the mythos, because he was supposed to be involved in part 6, but they never did. They cut that out, and with good reason. So, no, I'm, like I said, cautious optimism for the show. I've been waiting for this patiently. We're going on 3 years. It'll probably be 4 by the time it's released. So, you figure if they finish shooting in November, depending on, post-production turnaround, it'll be a while, but I'm still anxious for it. I want to see it. Let me know if you want to see it, if you want to see more Friday the 13th coverage. Gang, if you're a channel member, request a video. Hit me up in the comments section. DM me on Twitter. Hit me up on Instagram. All the socials are in the description to the video, folks. You can get us over on Patreon, where we'll be recording something for that tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I am Pete Daddy Dollar from Wrestling with Horror, formerly known as Etep Wakuian. I go by my ring name now because I am an independent professional wrestler. You can find our content in the description as well at Super Shogun Wrestling right here on YouTube. Until the next time, if I don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow. I will catch you on the next one. And remember, it's always better to burn out
than to fade away.